One of the services that I offer at my real estate media company is my pre-construction media. And now within this category, I offer a number of things starting with the package. And now you can see my screen here because I'm doing a screen share. And now pre-construction media, that's a whole shebang. It comes with exterior 3D render images, digital twilight render images, 2D floor plan redraws, virtually staged 3D floor plans, as well as professional photography and a marketing kit through my system. And now this particular package is my all-in-one. It does require 3 visits for that, but as you can see here, I charge $1,000 for that one. And now one of our most popular items within the pre-construction is of course our 3D exterior renders. And now that's a 3D render of the exterior of a residential home. And of course, second to that is our floor plan redraw service, which is simply we take an architectural floor plan and we convert it into an easy to read 2D floor plan. Right under that, we do offer our residential 3D floor plan, which I'm going to show you. Those all come virtually staged, so it's just a nice way to make a listing pop, especially when it's in the construction phase and people are not able, or photographers, if you will, are not able to go in and take the video. One of my personal favorites is actually the interior 3D render video here. Definitely tongue twister. I just clicked on it on here. And that's essentially a 3D render of the home that we can create when the house at least has studs. Following that is, of course, our aerial services offered to the construction industry, which is great, especially for progress videos or progress pictures, especially for a homeowner when they are out of state or not able to visit the property as much as they like, but they would like to see the property. And now all of these is what I offer, especially to our brokerages or brokers in my local area, because oftentimes, a builder will give them a floor plan and say, hey, go sell it, and it's just a boring floor plan. And now I am going to show you that because there's not much to these floor plans. I'm going to see, here's one prime example here. This is basically what they look like. There's not much to it. If you put this on Zillow, people will be scratching their heads wondering what that is because it is hard to read. And now from a floor plan similar to this is different than what I'm going to show you example wise, but from a architectural or elevation floor plan similar to this one, what we can do at my real estate media company, we can actually convert it into a few fun things that make the listing pop, but most of all, it makes the listing actually sell while it's in the pre-construction phase or before the thing is even built, or at the very least creates a buzz around the listing as a builder builds it. And as we all know, these builders want agents to sell fast. If you don't do it, they're off to the next one. There's a ton of competition in that space. So we are here to help you. And so as we just saw here, from something very similar to this, I'm going to show you what we can turn it into. So if an agent or a broker sends me this, which they, of course, get it from the builder, at minimum, we would deliver something like this. This is a 2D floor plan. And as you saw from on this screen, the information is here. It's right here. It is so incredibly hard to read, and I read these things every day, but this makes it much easier to read. And so within our packages, we always give the 2D floor plan, which this is much easier to throw in Zillow, and potential buyers will actually have a better understanding of what the space looks like. We're not done there. And now our 3D exterior renders for residential properties, it looks something like this. This has a kind of a crazy sky on it. It's to create, more clicks on Zillow. Anything with a catchy sky, people just automatically click. And so with a half twilight image, this isn't a twilight. It just has a sky replacement here. But just from the architectural plans, we can create this. We always step it up a notch and do an angle shot or corner shot like so. But from boring images, just as you see here, we can turn it into that. And now that's a lot more prettier than what you saw before. But anybody can do 3D renders. we step it up a notch by taking, the information and also creating just a fun 3D floor plan. This is the main level of a home. People can really visualize, the front, entry, the foyer here. It looks like you have an office or a flex room. Of course, you have the garage, living, eat-in, kitchen, and then of course the kitchen. And each levels gives a general idea of how the space looks like or how the space can work for potential buyers. You can see right up the stairs. You go into a bedroom, bathroom, bedroom, laundry, has an upstairs laundry, and that is so forced. But also, another thing you can do is a fun 3D virtual render video. And that's what I was saying is almost like a tongue twister. So with a single scan, we can turn a scan of a property, if it's at least with studs, and turn it into something like this. And now this is just a basic render video. I wouldn't exactly deliver it like this because there's no, music in the background. It's a little slow. It shows a little bit too much here, but this is a interior 3D render video that really helps buyers visualize a space and understand what they're looking at instead of just a 2D floor plan or instead of a 3D exterior render. You can actually get immersed into the space by viewing a 3D interior, render video. And now all of these, I'm going to fast forward just a little bit. You see, it really shows a space. And now if you can edit it a little bit, you can add some speed ramps into this, make it a little faster. But I love these because these come virtually staged, because it'd be a little boring if you're showing white box rooms. But having it virtually staged, just seeing what it could look like, is an outstanding way to really capture buyers, especially if you're a broker dealing with new construction homes builders. This is a great way to actually get attention. And so that's what we deliver with our pre-construction media. And now I wanted to show this because oftentimes people just create a simple exterior render. That's great, but it's not creating a lot of buzz while the house is under construction because people don't understand what this is. Is this a bathroom? Is it a bedroom? We have no idea because we have no way of knowing without more visual media such as a 2D floor plan or even stepping it up a notch with a 3D floor plan, or absolutely going all out with the interior 3D render video. As you can see here, it's a tongue twister, but let me tell you, this thing is powerful. It's a powerful way to really market the listings, especially in the pre-construction phase from builders. And so whether you're a photographer looking for additional services to offer in your media company, or of course, my personal favorite, you're a broker and agent looking to market, pre-construction homes for builders, we have all the tools in our toolbox that you need to get the home sold.